Did you see the other day on the podcast when the girls...
Last question. What's Joe Rogan's dream?
What's Joe Rogan's dream?
Joe Rogan, Dana White. What's Dana White's dream?
Did you just think I was Joe Rogan?
I totally did.
She just called me Joe Rogan. You thought I was Joe Rogan?
Yeah, I thought you were Joe Rogan.
I was bald before Joe was ever bald. Okay?
I know.
I've been called Dana before. Some dude, oh, Dana. I go, no, I'm the other dude. Yeah. I'm Joe.
Right? I will be walking down the street and people say, oh my God, can I get a picture with you? And I'm like, yeah, go on.
What do they say?
I love your podcast. I watch every one of them. Like, they think they just took a picture with Joe Rogan.
Do you correct them?
No.
When you're doing a podcast and you're interviewing someone, especially if you haven't done a lot of them, and it's like a high profile thing, you're doing Dana White, you're always thinking of what to say. Even the question is like, what's your dream? You know, like that's a crazy question. It's just that's like, I don't know what to ask you. Someone is, what's your dream? So she's probably floundering a little bit there and doesn't know what to say.
Just did a 2-hour podcast. I flew here from Vegas and she thought she was interviewing Joe Rogan.
Jesus. Are you done?
I'm done.
But I think he handled it the right way, right? By making fun of it.
Yeah, and she handled it the right way too. She kept it in there. She didn't edit it out.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, it is funny. It's funny. It's just a flub. I've done it all the time. It happens.
And to her defense, Joe and Dana are intertwined in the minds of many, almost going back to the start of the UFC.
When we bought the UFC, the company was based in New York. So I jumped on a plane, flew out to New York, and started cleaning out the old offices. I was emptying all these boxes, and I had a VCR because they had tapes for days. I mean, I must have watched 250, 300 tapes. So I popped in this tape, and there was this talk show, and they had Joe Rogan on there.
How are you? Explain this to people that don't know. Ultimate Fighting, you can do whatever you want. There's
not
no
anymore. No, it's not exactly that way. You know, like there's always been questions in the martial arts, like what if a karate guy fought a judo guy, and what the Ultimate Fighting Championship did is say, let's find out, and they threw them all together.
And I was like, man, this guy knows what he's talking about. He's smart, he's funny, he's articulate. So I reached out to Rogan.
In his crazy mind, he's like, let's take this guy who's never even thought about being a commentator and make him our commentator.
He did the first 13 shows for free for us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was at a time when we were hurting, and he's like, wait a minute.
Just get me there, get me and my friends tickets, and I'll do it. I did that, and the rest was history.
Phenomenal fight. I can't even believe it's real. I can't even believe it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen right here because
I was doing. I just would see what was happening and start talking about it.
This is a very, very exciting fight for me. To me, this is like Christmas, my birthday, Happy New Year, April Fools, whatever. I can't wait for this fight.
From then on, I'd kind of like locked into this thing where I'm just gonna do what I like and what everybody says.